Good morning, and it's Thursday, the 4th of April on the Ultimate World Cruise, and we're on Jeju Island, which is the southernmost island in Korea, just off the southern tip of the main peninsula of Korea. And they have these nice convenience stores. Nice to see you, which I just threw that picture in here. Laurie took all these pictures because I didn't take any video, so I'm using her pictures. We went down Cherry Blossom Lane, and the cherry blossoms were in full bloom before we got to the Women Diver Museum. Henyo, they're called Henyo Women Divers. Uh, and out of necessity and survival, these women have been diving for many years in the waters off Jeju to find food from the sea, seaweed, crustaceans, abalone, all kinds of stuff. Here's some Henyo art. Anyway, it's a unique culture that started in Jeju and spread all over the place. This is the kind of bathing suits they wear. They each have a float and a net, and it's very rudimentary to start out with. I think today they're using dry suits, but back in the day they did not. These are the tools they use to get the abalone or crustaceans off or to cut seaweed. Very simple masks, not very fancy at all. They store their gear in a warehouse like this. Those are what the floats look like. There's a float on top of each net. So they go down, swim, get the stuff, bring it up, stick it in the net. And whenever you see those orange balls out there, you know that there are women divers out there diving. Here's some actual pictures of the women divers. Nice octopus there. Here's now in later years, when wetsuits were available, they wear wetsuits, but it causes them back problems because they have to wear weights when they wear wetsuits. So it took some getting used to. There's some pictures. Sometimes they take spears down to get fish. They have a little hut, not a hut, but a little enclosure like this with a campfire that comes near the beach so they can get out of the water and warm up. The waters in Jeju are cold, and honestly, I don't know how they do it. And this is an actual house for a woman diver that was moved to inside the museum. So they're pretty simple life. And the houses, they actually have to have a union card to be a woman diver, Enyo union card. The houses have thatched roofs on them that have to be tied down like this because it's always windy and the thatch will blow off. This is what a typical old style boat looks like. The men don't dive; they handle the boat while the women dive. And it's a dangerous profession. They spread out from Jeju all over the place, and they have very strict rules about when they can harvest. So they protect. They don't harvest when the sea life's reproducing, so they can have a sustainable crop. So we were lucky enough to find some of them diving around the island as we drove, and these are actual pictures we took of the women divers when we found them. And towards the end of the trip, we were going to try and hike on this volcano that I'm going to show you in a minute in a video, and there was a whole bunch of them out there diving, so we got to actually see them. That big rock you see there's actually a volcano, and I have a short video that I took. There's the volcano, and my camera wasn't good enough to see the women divers. That's why I use it. But we were going to hike. That's a volcano out there. You see that lump of land, and we were going to hike to the top of that, but we ran out of room, and instead we went to a Korean barbecue, and the Korean barbecue was so much fun. I posted a separate video of the Korean pork barbecue. So you want to go take a look at that, see what a real Korean barbecue looks like in Korea. But we had a relatively short time on on the island as far as being off the ship. So these were really the only activities: the Cherry Blossom Lane, women divers, and then the Korean barbecue before we had to get back. We enjoyed our time in Jeju.